we as women, up until most recently, we don't want our own hair. This is nappy hair on our head. This is, I mean, the term was good hair. Do you understand that the term was, we talked about good hair? We weren't talking about our hair. That right there is racist. When the term good means not like mine, that's racist. You know, good means somebody else's hair. We defined ourselves as beautiful based upon saying that I'm mixed with something other than myself. Just to put this out there so that people understand, we are now finding out through DNA and such that most of us African Americans, we're still pretty much 99% African, which would be the same percentage of African that people in Africa are. There wasn't as much intermingling of the races in racist United States of America as we like to say there was. Most of us, if we look at the generations of our families, and we go back 3 to 4 generations, everybody we're pointing to is another black person like us. Chemically speaking, if every relative you know that you are related to is black like you, you're not mixed. But, I mean, even that statement, the fact that I have that statement to make, is because we're racist. Because we so don't want to be us that we have to say that we're somebody else. Oh, and what about this? Our streets full of blight, no businesses. Because we don't want to shop from African American businesses. We don't want to be us. We say African Americans are loud, ignorant, angry, and therefore I don't go to African American businesses. You are African American. One of the American dreams is to have your own business, to be your own boss. And you are saying that you can never do that because you're an ignorant, loud, brassy person because you are African American and you're angry and all of this. So you wouldn't do business with you. Why should I? You wouldn't do business with me. Why should I do business with you? This is racist. This is racist right here. You know, we won't go to our own businesses because we are racist against African Americans. Forget about the racism of other people. The most important racist to conquer is ourselves. Once we conquer this racist right here, once I conquer this racist right here, not one other racist is going to be capable of being an obstacle for me. Because I guarantee you, I determine what I tolerate. I determine what really happens to me. I don't have to wait until somebody kills me to get upset. The stuff that's going on every day is enough to upset me if I wasn't racist too. But because I'm so busy trying to say I'm mixed with Dutch, Irish, Indian, turquoise, and I don't shop at African American businesses because they're ignorant, they always got an attitude, and they always give me bad service, and I don't want to go to them. Target in my community because the Target in somebody else's community is better and I deserve the best, which is something that's not mine. Oh, and now that I'm a successful whatever, I can't be bothered with having a spouse that looks like me because I'm above that now and I'm better than that. So that's not, you know, obviously. And You know, if you got full lips and a wide nose and brown skin and nappy hair and your eyes are brown, you're ghetto. If you wear bamboo earrings and you ever owned a pair of jeans with spray paint on them, if you drink out of a jar instead of a cup, that's ghetto. That's ghetto. If you know how to corn roll, if you grew up and when you do people's hair, they sit on the floor and you have them between your legs and that's how you style hair, that's ghetto. If you know how to make collard greens, if you've eaten chitlins, you're ghetto. If your voice is loud because you've been in choirs and you know how to talk to a large group of people, you're ghetto. If you know how to make it in the African American communities, the ghettos of the United States, you're ghetto. And that's something to be ashamed of, and that's racist. And up until we get past being racist, oh, and we need to start admitting to being racist, because there's no way we're going to get better than being racist as long as we're busy lying to ourselves. Ooh, the incense in this room. I got my incense going and I guess it's getting a little strong. Smells good, but it's getting a little strong, starting to make me cough. Oh, and I'm sure incense, that's got to be ghetto, because I bought my incense from a guy selling incense on the street. He makes them himself, y'all know. I'm sure that's ghetto. And that's something to be ashamed of, because that means I'm African American and this is the culture that I came from. How are we going to ever how are we ever going to achieve our dreams? We are a part of a society. We have the same dreams as everybody else. We want the same things everybody else wants. How are we going to do that when the first thing we want is to not be us? Look at the racist in the mirror. Instead of saying we're not racist, why don't we admit to the fact that we are? That we really don't like black people any more than anybody else does. We don't want to be us. We don't want to associate with us. We want to pretend to be somebody else. We want to pretend like we came from someplace that we didn't. And we want to pretend like we don't eat the food or like the taste of the food that we eat. I mean, I've had people say they're African American and they don't want to eat watermelon because that's ghetto or there's a stereotype to it. Can we just take some of these chains off of our own selves?